Find the standard form equation of the line that passes through the points 2, 5 and -1, 1. Okay, so whenever we want to write the equation of the line, we use what's called the point slope formula, right? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Remember, this is called the point slope formula for a reason, right? Because the information that we need is a point and the slope of the line. Okay, you notice that here we're not given the slope, right? We're just given 2 points. So the first thing we want to do then is we actually want to use the slope formula to determine what the slope is, right? We know that the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? So remember, this formula is used to find the slope whenever we are given 2 points, right? So we'll call this x1, y1, and we'll call this x2, y2. Okay, so we can just plug these guys in, right? So y2, essentially the y values, right? So 1 minus 5, and on the denominator, we're going to take the x values. So x2 minus x1, or -1 minus 2, right? 1 minus 5 is -4. -1 minus 2 is -3. And the negatives do cancel out, so we get a slope here of 4 over 3. So now what we can do is we can plug in the slope here for m, and then we can plug in the point, right? Now notice we do have 2 points. Okay, so it actually does not matter which point we plug in. Okay, but we did call this one x1, y1, so let's go ahead and plug that in. Okay, so y minus 5 is equal to 4/3 times x minus 2. All right, so last thing here, right? Notice they asked for the answer in standard form. Okay, standard form essentially means we want to get the x and the y term on the same side. Okay, so let's go ahead. First thing I'll do is I'll get rid of this 3 down here, right? I'm going to multiply everything by 3. Okay, now normally if we get the answer in slope-intercept form, we're just solving for y, okay, which is something totally different. Okay, so now because we want the answer in standard form, okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply every single term here by 3, right? So that means this gets multiplied by 3, this one, and this one as well. Okay, so what happens? We get 3y minus 15. Now notice here when you multiply this by 3, the 3's just cancel out. So we get 4 times x minus 2. Okay, so now we should be able to distribute through the 4 on the right side. So we get 3y minus 15 equals 4x minus 8. Okay. And remember, standard form means we're not solving for y here. Okay, that's slope-intercept form. So standard form means let's get the x and y on the same side. Okay. Now we actually do want the x term to be positive. So let me subtract the 3y over to the right side here. Okay. So those do cancel out. So we get -15 equals 4x minus 3y minus 8. So really I have one last thing to do here, right? All I have to do now is add the 8 back to both sides here, right? The 8 will cancel out. So then we get our final answer, right? 4x minus 3y equals -7. Okay, so this is called the standard form of the equation. Okay, standard form is when the x and y are on the same side.